Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to welcome you to my first official video. This will be a kind of how-to for Civilizations 5 Beyond New World. Note, I will not be doing Beyond Earth until a later date. This is mostly to get you guys to understand the basics of the game before you go into Beyond Earth, as that one has a little bit of a steeper learning curve. I'll be going over basic stuff with you guys, and a little bit of the advanced stuff. For those who are actual advanced players and play online, you guys probably know most of this. Heck, you might learn something new. This is not going to be an on how to win online. This is going to be mostly single player. Anyways, picking this off, I am the Fallen Demon. Sign your name on the dotted line. Let's begin. Alright, hold on a second. As usual, as you can see with the starting menu, pretty simple. Not going to go over too much with it. Single player, multiplayer, mods, we'll cover later. Let's go on the single player. Let's set up a game scenario. Real quick, we'll do scenarios. Scenarios are different things you can do. Select a number of civilizations you can play as, and it kind of shows you down here what you can play as. But we're not going to worry about that. That's something different. So, setup. Pretty basic setup. Remember, we're going to go to the advanced because you can go a little bit more in depth to how you want to set this up. Okay then, let's first start with your civilizations. Actually, we're going to go back because it's a little easier to take a look using this way. Alright, so each civilization has their own unique bonuses. That's fine. Pretty good start one. But, no. Okay. America has all military units have +1 site and 50% discount when purchasing tiles. We'll cover that once we get in game. Now, site also will cover in game because you can see it a little better. Theodora, or the Byzantines, get an extra belief when they found religion. Again, a lot of the stuff we will cover more in game, but it's kind of giving you a little better idea. The Zulus, Muley cost 50% less maintenance. All units regard 25 less experience to earn their next promotion. Very good for combat oriented. If you're looking to go on the offensive real quickly, the Zulus are your best bet. They do allow you to go really quickly on the offensive. And they promote a lot quicker. Where is it? Japan, another good military one. Ignoring the culture, as we'll go into that later, units will always fight at full strength no matter how much damage they take. You can have a unit that has, say, 1 HP. Boom. He's still fighting at full strength. And a lot of this stuff we'll have to cover a little bit more in game, but this is just some stuff to get you guys going. Each race or civilization has their own unique bonuses. I recommend you stay away from Gandhi because he is a little more of a harder civ to play as. Venice, I believe, is the other one you guys might want to stay away from. I haven't played him yet, but he is an interesting one. I haven't had a chance. Now, I gotta find the guys I'm gonna play as who are actually really decent. Here we go. The Iroquois. Really good, especially for early to mid game. A little bit into late game, but not as much. Reason being is their units move through forests and jungles in friendly territory, which means within their borders or allied borders, as if they're a road. These tiles can be used to establish city connections upon researching the wheel, and caravans can move along the forests and jungles as if they're a road. What that means is when a unit moves across a tile, if you have 2 plains tiles, it can move across both tiles with no problem. If you have a hill and then a plain, it can only move up the hill, not back down. It can move down the hill and cross 2 plains. That's movement. Everything costs movement. Row decreases the cost or multiplies how far they can move. Never quite clear on how that actually works, but hey, we'll maybe learn about it in a second. Alright, so we're going to go with them. So you got your different types of maps. Map pack, okay, yeah, and so you got different map packs you can get. Oh, we can do Japan. Well, we're not going to do that. Why don't we do Eastern United States, because we are the Iroquois, and they live right there. So standard size. Okay. We will do Warlord. And yeah, quick. So let's go back to advanced setup. Give me a second to drink. So now this is where we're going to start getting a little bit more into. Now I can't change the world size, which is kind of sad. In certain game modes, you can change how big, how small, resources as well. Alright, so we're going to go for... we'll just throw them all down and maybe we'll get lucky. Can I increase? Yes. So, city-states or cities that will pop up, we're going to... I will give 16. Because it's 16, yeah. Alright. So, and here are the other leaders. Alright. Now you can create teams. They do have a few, so I'm actually going to break that up. We'll have one team with two. And I'll show you, teams do have an advantage when it comes to playing. But that advantage doesn't always carry over. Now I am going to do a full 8 map. Sometimes it's better to do one-on-ones. It really is down to you, especially when you're first starting. Now I've been playing for a while, so I'm going to have a little bit more competition. So player 2 and player 3, which are both on team 3, are going to have an advantage themselves because simply they're working together. So they'll have a slight increase in scientific research. And they automatically start as allies, and that alliance can't be broken, which makes it very useful to have allies sometimes. Now, is that always the best? No, why is that? Okay, there we go. Alright. Hey, this is just other game options. What's that? Barbarians in. Complete kills means you gotta kill everybody, even every unit. Kind of annoying, especially if you got a map that's mostly water. But I can usually fix that late game with my armada of submarines. Alright, why don't we get this started?
Greetings, noble Hiawatha, leader of the mighty Iroquois nations. Long have your people lived near the great and holy Lake Ontario, in the land that has come to be known as New York State in North America. In the midst of antiquity, the five peoples, Seneca, Onondaga, Mohawks...
Alright, I'm not going to listen to that, you guys can. It's kind of just a little background, give you guys some information. Okay, so let's start with what we have here on the field, as of right now. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We'll start on the outside and move in. So, this giant white clouds is unexplored territory. Alright? As your units move around, you'll see more and more of the territory that come in. Alright? So, first unit, Settlers. Most important unit really in the early game at the moment. When you first start, this is your end-all be-all. First thing you should do, no matter what, unless you know where there's an ocean tile, should always be doing build city, or found city. Now this will let you create your first city, and we'll do that now. So just click there, and you have found your first city. Now, we're working at a warrior. Now we're going to get a little bit more into information on them. A second. Got something bugging me right here. Sorry about that. I got a little pop-up on my screen I was trying to get rid of. You guys shouldn't see it. Alright. Warrior. 2 movement speed. Move up to 2 tiles. Now, every tile requires movement costs. This forest, as you remember, for the Iroquois, counts as a road tile. So, I should be able to do it. Move them right there. That's pretty cool. Now, otherwise I can move them down 2 tiles that way. Now notice, they always pick the fastest path. Now, this doesn't mean it's always the fastest path in game. Especially later games, you will see, if I carry through with this, I'll actually load up a longer game to kind of show you in a minute. But this is kind of what they perceive as the fastest path. The computer doesn't always register it, right? Next is strength. Strength is how strong they are. Alright? So against another warrior, they're dead even, and not completely. Every tile has a bonus buff. It's not going to show me that. Sometimes it shows you if what the buff and debuffs are. There are actually debuffs in this too. So one of the things is on the plane, as this we're standing now, it's even. There's no buff or debuff. It's literally, if I had another warrior I'm fighting, it'd be a dead even fight. So, that's so loud. Alright, so it's still a dead even fight. There's no ups or downs in this fight. So, do we need to worry about it? Yes and no. What you gotta worry about is other types of veterancy, and we'll show that later in game. So for right now, we'll go over what you have options. You can delete your unit. Maybe later in the game you might want to start doing this, especially if you need to save money, which we'll cover in a second. Explore, fortify, which will put the unit in one area, and it gets a buff because he's now always defending. Alert, this whole unit is in a fortified position, but will come out of it as soon as there's an enemy unit. Do nothing, which means just skip turn and movement. We're going to do explore because we need to start seeing more of this area. As you remember, we only have this. So we're going to send them out on that exploration. Alright, now we've done that, we're going to look a little bit more at what we have here on the floor. So we got some forest areas, we got a river, some grasslands. Oh, we got cows. Now if we work over here for this, when it worked, and we'll go a little bit into that once we start getting workers and stuff. Buffalo, some more. Cotton. Ooh, this is a luxury source. Now luxuries are a little different, and we'll cover that a little bit probably in another episode. But for right now, we're just covering the very basics to get you guys going. Alright, Buffalo. Oh, and another luxury. Okay. Let's go into our city and choose production. Alright, you gotta do stuff before we continue on. Now we got a few choices on stuff we can build here in the city. You have your units. No, not at the moment, we only have 4. Settler, worker, scout, warrior, and then we have 1 building. Now, a lot of people will have different opinions, and I'm going to go with actually a scout this time. A little bit different than what I usually play. Usually I go with a monument first, but I'm going to try a scout this time. Alright? Excuse me. Alright, now we're going to go into our science. Now this is where one of the reasons why I like 5 a little bit better is because their scientific tree is a little more easier to read than the giant wheel they have. So, as you can see, it's a little easier to follow the path, and then a giant wheel that goes out in different directions, and you kind of have to figure it out. And this also kind of shows you what you're picking and going for. Alright, now again, there's different ways you can do this, and different ways to apply it. I usually like to start off with pottery, get the granary, and the shrine. And I'll explain this a little bit more when I load up the other game, why I like to go with this. Another way you could go is go with mining, which will let you chop down forests and build mines. Or you can go with animal husbandry. Create pastures, which are good because we need to do that if we want to get those cows. So I'm going to go with that. Now a little trick if you want to pick what you're going to do next without having to wait. Good. Hold down shift and click on what you want to do next. It'll create an order. And these numbers tell you what order they're going to be built in. So we're just going to do this, and then this for right now. We're going to close that. Okay. Is there anything else we can do? No, not really. So we're just going to go to the next turn. I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard. Or you can click it down in the corner right here. Please wait. Let's get that process stuff. Alright, so we discovered a city-state. So, find on map. Alright, so it's going to move us over there. Okay, first Empire of the Mess, so they provide you a gift of 30 gold. Alright, so we're gonna click on the city and give it a little bit more into it. So for very basics, they don't have any quests, which means they don't want you to do anything. No one's their allies, they're a merchant, which means they're more of on a trade, so the more stuff that is more along the lines of trade, they're gonna like. Personality, hostile, technically they're neutral, they're not really hostile. As long as you don't have your units sitting in the borders, they don't get upset at this time. So give a gift. So this means I can give them a unit, gold, pretty much that. Pledge to protect, Oh, shit, did not want to click that. Okay, what this means now is if something happens, I will, be there to protect him. Ask for tribute. This will, is you ask for stuff back. Declare war, we're not going to do that. Because we're not that type of people. At least I'm not. Okay, so let's go back to gifts. So gifts earn you influence, same as doing quests. And influence will depend on how they like you. Higher the influence, the more they like you. You want high influence, especially if you want political victory. Which is kind of hard. That's actually one of the hardest ones to do. Alright, I need a drink. Now, I've seen guys play this where they're automatically controlling where they move the guy. You can do that. I'm going to let Exploration run its course because I don't like micromanaging crap. Oh, alright. We did find something. So, ancient ruins. Always important to try to get to these as quickly as you can. They give you a lot of good stuff. Okay, he's on next turn. Alright, they can give you research, gold, culture. We'll get into that in a second. Once we get actually up into this stuff, this starts changing a little bit more. Workers, upgrade your soldiers. I'm not sure if I already said that. Or even another settler. We want settlers. Alright. Once we get that up, we'll go into that a little bit more. Okay, so they gave us 95 gold, which is decent. Not what I really want, but we'll take it. Okay, so Scout. Let's take a look. He's got 5 strength. And he can move 2 tiles. So let's set him to explore. Now the Scout is definitely weaker than the Warrior. So let's choose production. Let's get that monument going right now. We got 2 guys out. That should be good for right now. And that just changed everything. Barbarians. You guys remember when I was saying that? I was turning this on. I did not expect to find a camp right next door. This does change a few things. So we are going to have to come up with a different strategy now. Alright, so we're actually going to come back in here, change production, and we're going to get some warriors going. Reason being is I don't want that camp next to me because they're going to send their own guys down here and cause me problems. We don't need that. So we're going to go after them now, prevent them from going on the offensive, like they just did, and we just probably lost our scouts.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
Okay, looks like we didn't lose our scout, so we're going to run away. We're just going to start running with this guy for a bit. Now, as you can see, they were both on the ground, but we took a lot more damage. That's because we had 5, they have 8. Okay, so we know of 2 more camps in the area. We got one up here, and we got one up here. Right, so there's a couple more camps in the area. We're going to put him on a healing fortification. So once he's fully healed, so come here. This is his health. Once it gets back up to 100, he will go. He'll start moving again. So we're going to end our turn. Pantheon has been found. So I'm going to get to that first. Okay, so we found another city-state. That's good. Okay. I don't worry about them. And we'll get into religion in a minute. Let's do that so I don't have to have that keep popping. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit more what's up here because we have a policy. We'll start on the left. Science. This is how fast you research. Very important, especially to have high science. As the higher your science, the faster you research stuff. Now, you're going to be slowly beginning, but as you go through the ages and build more cities and discover more stuff, excuse me, you will get higher science. Gold. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. When you are doing this, you have to have plus gold. The more gold you earn, you're earning the better off. So, as of right now, we have a city that's putting out 3, and we have a total expense of 1 because of unions. So we're going to see how this changes over time. So let's keep an eye on that. Trade routes, we don't need to worry about. Happiness. Alright, so you kind of can see what's going on here. Alright. Difficulty does change happiness, and so we don't need to worry about it. Now, citrus is also going to improve. Give me a second. Someone is stuck in my ear. Excuse me. When improved, will give you happiness. Now, the reason for that is because it's a luxury good. Luxury goods increase happiness. We'll cover a little bit more of that when we can get into it, or maybe I'll show you my load game. Alright, Golden Age, as you can see, does a lot of nice increase. Reduction and stuff. Policies is good. This is done through culture. We want culture. Tourism, later. Religion, later. Okay. As you can see, we got some logs, and we're not going to worry about ideology. We'll cover a lot of this in the other game. So, for right now, we're going to focus on... We're going to go with tradition because it gives us a better culture boost, which will allow us to start adopting these more. Alright, so in 4 turns we'll pick another one, so we'll come back in about 4 turns.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Excuse me. Alright. So our science is done, so we're going to go a little bit more into this. So, Archie will unlock units, and there's different units. If I can find them, give me a second, I gotta find the guy. Ah, here we are. Ironworks. Mohawk Warrior. Mohawk Warrior is that unit only you can find when you play as the Iroquois. Okay. A second. Help. Yeah. So every type has their own unique unit. If you can see under unique unit. Now, units are offset of another one. Where's the Americans? They're our easiest one to do. Okay, so we have the Minutemen. Get other than, so they get the Minutemen instead of Musketmen. And the main difference is just their strength. There's a slight difference in strength and a few other stats. One might have a better recovery rate than the other, one might have a better movement rate, but it really comes down to like a small little difference in stats. So if you put a Musketman up to a Minuteman, the Minuteman usually will win in an even fight. Now that's not a guarantee, but that's the usual case. Alright, so that makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna go that. How about that? Since we don't have an ocean yet, we're not gonna worry about sailing. Or any of the Great Lakes. Okay. Now we have a word. Now we're gonna start showing you a little bit more about the combat. Okay. That actually is very helpful because... We'll go back down there in a second. Alright, we're gonna put that monument now. Now that might change. Alright. Archers are your first range unit you will see in game. Range means they don't have to be next to each other for the person to hit them. In fact, I believe my barbarians are in range. I could be wrong, and they might have to get into next tile to get hit. But we will probably see it in the next turn or so. And they just ran away. Sit there because I don't want to get into range of them. Looks like I was in range anyways. Alright. Yeah. No, I'm not reading that stuff too much because I'm not worried about it. Okay. Alright, we're going to take honor because I need the strength bonus here. let's take a look at what we have going on here. I can't actually move my mouse, and you guys gotta just imagine me pointing down at Major Victory area. So, damage inflicted, 82-10, okay? Your strength, their strength, 14.64, which is pretty much 15 to 5. We'll just round up to the nearest 5.5. Alright. We'll round to the nearest full percentage. We'll just do it that way. Make it easier. Because of the policy we just picked up, we get a bonus against them. Otherwise, that plus 83 wouldn't be as high. Now, because they're on a hill, aim is forested, they have a bonus. Because of how well they have a higher defensive. Alright, so we're going to go on the offensive, and we're going to see how much damage we can do here. Oh, that was actually a lot of damage. We only took 9, they took 84. That's pretty good. Now, remember, they do have another guy up here, so they're going to move him, as I thought. We're going to come up on the hill. We're not going to be able to do anything. Oh, so remember, last turn we found that ancient urns. Well, they gave us a bonus, so we're going to actually use these guys to come on the offensive as well. They're going to come down. So they're going to attack. This is where it starts getting fun. Shiny! This is talking about how much gold. So we have 230 in our bank as of right now. So I'm going to put them in heal. So, range attack. So I can hit out to the cows or in here. And you're probably going, well, why can I hit the cows but not this? Forced tiles. They block your vision. If it wasn't for this guy up here, I probably wouldn't be able to see him. So it's range of sight. Now we can hit this guy. Alright, so we earned some XP and we earned some culture. I don't remember why. I think it's one of the policies. But I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe there's something else going on. Alright, so Phoenix Warren's drawn map. Okay. Oh! Speaking of something, we've met someone. Are they going to show? Oh, not yet. But we will be meeting him pretty quickly. Excuse me. Now, we're just going to use him this way because in a straight-up fight, he would lose. Alright, we're going to do the shrine now because I want to start getting into religion a little bit with you guys.
The meek shall inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights.
So we're going to keep doing this. Now every time we do attack, if you notice, we get XP. This blue bar is the XP. So next turn we're going to get to pick up stuff. And these are automatic buffs and debuffs. Ignores terrain, may not melee attack, which means, well, he can't attack like a warrior. And that will come into play later. But as of right now, not a big deal. Oh! That happened. Okay, so now we're going to start getting into a little bit more unit promotions here. Because we have this. Accuracy. 15% range combat strength against units in open terrain. Now remember, keyword is open there. So open terrain is these grasslands. This is all open terrain. Desert also counts. I don't think we have desert. That might be desert. That's plain. Tundra. Snow, that's all open terrain. Okay, rough terrain, hills, forest, and jungle. So we got forest here, we got a hill. I don't think we're going to have jungle on this map because this is northeast. Alright? So no forest, no hills, and no jungle. So any flat terrain counts as open. Alright? Now, let's take a look at what we have here. We have a warrior unit here. And we have the camp here. As of right now, you guys are all probably going, oh, we need to attack this. No. you go after this unit. Reason being is this encampment will constantly spawn more barbarians. Now, yeah, we probably could keep pushing and pushing and get XP, but overall, it's a waste of time because I got 2 units here focusing on this camp. Math doesn't add up. So what we're gonna do is we actually go with the rough terrain. We'll use some of the attack. And then we're going to move him into here. Oh, sweet, we got 20 gold as well. Alright. And the reason is this guy's now going to have 2 choices. He can either go on the offensive. I doubt he's going to do that. I have more opinion that the computer's going to make a run for it. Alright, so what's in the adopt policy quickly? Units, 50 concentrate from units, when they have another, yeah, not going to worry about that. Unlocks pyramid, wonders when that minutes for everything. So. Okay, so this is where it starts getting a little more confusing because at this point in time, none of them have a real advantage. So I'm going to go with Liberty because this is a little better, especially when you're starting off. These are both good to pick up right at the beginning, but not really go in depth into the tree right now, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, so if I got a pro player watching this, please tell me the truth. Am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong? Alright, this is mostly from what I've done in experience, and I've done a little online play. It's usually friendly competition and stuff. Against friends and stuff. So it's not like anything we're competing for anything other than bragging rights. Alright, let's close that. And what's on our turn? Now remember, we got a city up here that we'll eventually be dealing with. Okay. Can we hit this guy? Yes, we can. So, look at that. We have a rough terrain advantage bonus. Remember that buff we picked? So it's gonna do a lot of damage here. And if we watch, it doesn't look like a lot, but it actually is a good amount of. And so we're gonna go with there. Alright, so that was about a draw actually, because he had the upper hand in terrain. Alright, sorry guys, I am typing on another computer at the moment. I got a friend who's bugging me. Alright, so as you can see, he's going to be running around. Okay, so I didn't pick this one because at the time it wasn't real necessary. Heal unit instantly, automatically give 50 HP. Overall, at the moment, it is not necessary. If he is surrounded and I have no other choice, yeah, I would do that, but overall, usually you can use your other promotions to get you out of stuff in a pinch. So as of right now, he's going to the forest. We're going to go with another drill. So that way we can make sure we take him out in one move. Now, we've probably been able to do it out with the other one, but at the moment, we're just going to do that. So we're going to send him back on to explore. We got pearls, we got water, so we're going to probably build up our next city down in this area somewhere. Possibly up here, if this opens up into a lake. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff we can be doing. Alright, we're going to check in here, so we should be getting that pretty quickly. Yay, 13 culture. That is always good. Culture is important, especially all throughout the game. Especially if you want to get really fancy really quickly. Culture is the key. Alright, now we have that, we're going to start earning religion. And hopefully we get to 12 pretty quickly. Alright, we're going to build ourselves a settler now. Next in line will be the worker. Alright, hey! We just met our first civilization! Another! Well, technically AI at this point, an NPC. Blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Goodbye. And I'm not going to go over it too much into him, because at the moment, he's not a necessity to focus. Okay. So this is what I believe Liberty is, especially when you're starting out, is really good, because you get automatically a free worker just with picking citizenship. Then across the way, we have one production in every city, and plus 5 production in the city with constructing buildings. This is always good. Faster is better. But we're going to go with a worker. Actually, not right now. You want after Republic, you get collective rule, which automatically gives you a settler. Yay! Alright, and you get reputation and liberty. we're gonna go with that. Remember, settlers are our favorite, so we're gonna go to pasture. We're gonna start the construction stuff here. All right. Remember, these guys are running around. So right now, I think I have the military strength advantage. So I don't think he's going to go to war. 11 to 12. Yeah. So I'm slightly stronger than him. The other way to tell is you going to score.
So teach us.
I got
to
a better
number
score.
our
So
battles.
overall, I'm doing slightly better. Alright, so this is a little interesting. So, when you look at this down in defense, decisive victory, see the bars flashing? Looks like here I'm going to have a complete victory. And let's find out if I'm right on this. So what those bars show you is how much health is going to be left over. So I won that, and I'm getting +7. I want to know where the hell I'm getting this homeless culture victory, and I think it's from a policy. Let's check that out real quickly. Get social policies. Yeah. This is good. So, man, Kevin Barbarians are on for a long time. Okay, now this is where it's going to start getting fun. We're going to go with the wheel, then writing, and we're going to leave it at that for a moment, because there's nothing else we need to do. Oh, sweet. We found another city-state. Now this is a more militaristic one, so once you become friends with them, they start actually gifting you stuff. Trade, culture, I believe. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's probably going to be a trade. We're just going to have them heal. Always going around with units with full strength. Oh, we have one over there, so we're going to move him. Up there. Let's hope he comes in 2 spaces. Cities have a nice defensive maneuver. Yes, thank you. They can attack anything within 2 tiles. Move him from the field. Alright, let's keep moving on. So we found another city-state, so why don't we try to find this guy? Nautical. Well, he's more marine, more exploration. That's what it's more for exploration. There he is. Went the wrong way.
Wisdom and virtue.
Okay, so let's go back to happiness now that we have a luxury item. It gives us +4 happiness from at least one source of this luxury. Good. So that means our happiness is higher. Now the more happiness we get, the quicker our golden age comes to us. So there's a lot of things that all tie together. Just one thing. So it's always important to keep an eye on this bar up here. Specifically, your happiness and your gold. The rest of the bar you kind of can just let go on its own. But these two are important. You want happiness always, and you always want to be making gold. No gold means no unit maintenance. You start losing units. No happiness, you can start having revolts on your hands. Alright, not too big of a worry there. We'll get him back to the next round. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so he probably wanted a defensive to heal himself. But, as you can see, didn't really help him. +7 culture, which is always good, because we want that culture. More culture, the faster we can explore stuff. Policies we get. I like to smile the most. Oh! I'm number 3. Don't worry. We'll turn it around real quick. Eeny, meeny, miny. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Now this is where it gets tricky. I'm not going to send him off. I'm going to move him right there. Because I want that. So I'm going to just put you to sleep right now. Okay. Hey, look. We got a few more options we can pick for a promotion. Edit. Ah, just the warrior's name. Okay, we're not going to worry about that right now. Actually, yeah, we are. So this guy is Bob. We all like Bob. Alright. So we got Shock. Another promotion in drill, so another 15, but we're not going to do anything with that. So we can make him kind of a medic, which might be good against range units. I'm going to go with the range. Because remember, right now, your strongest unit are your range units, believe it or not. Start building that. Oh, yay, Profion. So this is where we start getting into religion. Now this is where it starts getting a little more trickier and weird. We get all these options we can pick from. And I'm actually going to go... That's good. I'm going to go with the God of Craftsmen. Remember how I was talking about production is really important? So that just jumped. From 4 to 3 without me ending the turn, which is really important because we want to be building quickly. Faster we build, better we can do.
He who destroys a good book kills reason itself.
Okay. So we're going to go with another production. So that should be done in 2 turns. Alright, we're going to go into our research now. We're just going to... the last 4 quick, and then we're going to do mathematics. Now you're forming on, oh, why am I doing that?
สวัสดี
Well,
เชื่อ
simple
ว่านี่
reason...
เป็นข้อเสนอที่ยุติธรรมสำหรับ
Excuse me.
ท่านคิดว่าอย่างไร
Not that. Simple reason. You kind of have to discover everything in scientific to get places. But you want to kind of pick and choose your first few in every age. Because that kind of determines how fast you move. You don't want to just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like this. Except that. Now, we'll come back to that in a second. I want to go back to science if I can. Shit. I'm gonna have to get that guy back. Okay, real quick. So, as you can see, there's these things. And they're branching all over the place. So, for me to get theology, I need philosophy, drama and poetry. Civil, I need these 3. So, as you can see, different ones branch into different places. And as you go further, they still do it. So truly, they get to the end game, you gotta discover everything beforehand. Fuck. Purchase something. Yeah, I'm gonna be just chasing this guy down. Okay. Okay, so let's go real quickly into here. So the accept embassy doesn't really do much. It just allows them to see the location of the capital, and that's it. And it's not a big worry. So you can declare war. We're not going to do that right now. Trade. We trade goods. He's making a little bit more gold than I am, which is kind of annoying. But he does have 2 fur, which gives him more gold. Peace with... Okay, so he hasn't met anyone. So he's just another single player. Fuck, I'm gonna have to chase these guys down. Oh, great. Until the Great of the Hun. With advanced technology, okay. Alright, we're just gonna chase this guy down and get my unit back. We're gonna go with the granary next, because we need to get this guy back before we can worry about it. Goodbye. Don't really care at the moment. Yay, I got my settler back. And we'll probably just drop him down there because I don't want to push too far out. We're just going to send you to explore. I'm actually going to bring you down here because we got a camp. Okay, who's the greatest threat? Because remember, he can constantly be hitting me. So we want to be fighting back as best we can. I actually have never played against that guy before, so this will be kind of interesting to see what he does. So real quickly, played against, I think I played against, he's going to be very aggressive, not sure.
Here Hector entered.
See, plop you right there. Throw you up. Monument. Monuments always should be your first build, especially once you start building more cities.
ሁኔታ አስብበት። እኔ እንደማምነው ለሁለታችንም ህዝባችን ጠቃሚ
Yeah,
ነው።
I'll give you that. See, I'm starting to see more and more stuff. Do anything on that one? No. Alright, okay, awesome. Now, no, I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have the wheel and that perk to use this as a road. That's why I picked them first. Really good to use, for example, especially once you have these forest tiles. Note to self, get that iron. Now, as you can see, there's two things up here. Now, these are strategic resources, and they allow you to build units. And this guy is getting his ass kicked. So we got a couple more strategic or luxury resources that we can build off of. So that's all good. Okay, now this is going to be a fun one today. I don't really care. And we're going to get hit by those guys next. Not. Weird. now we're going to do Stonehenge. These are wonders. These are very important to use because they give you bonuses. Okay, that went very bad. Damn it. Alright, sorry for going silent, guys, but I am starting to get into this. Alright, so I'm going to save this now. Save game. And we will load up. So this is a through 01 teaching. So we're going to save. Now, what I'm going to do... Yeah. So this is my last game. We're loaded up, and I'll kind of give you guys a little rundown what a late game is looking like. Now, as I said, I'm playing as a samurai, so I'm going to have a slight advantage. And after I give you a quick run for this, I'll probably end the video for today. Do some editing and try to see if I can get it uploaded tonight. We'll see how it goes. This is going to take a while because there is a lot more going on in this world. I've completely explored it. I have a crap ton of units out on the field. So this game is literally late stages for me. Everyone else is... I was playing against actual players that would be in mid-game. Alright, let's continue with my journey. So as you can see, I'm the white. And yeah, well, you guys kind of get the picture. This game is already over. In fact, I didn't even save the last time I was playing because it was so crap. I was bored. I won it already. I'll show you the score. 3,700. I am 5 times higher than this guy's score. 500% higher than the next score. Yeah, this game's over. Alright. We'll go to my policies. You can kind of see, it's just very picky and choosy in some of these trees because they don't apply. Military bonus, that's it. This one I'm starting to get into. This one doesn't really matter to me. And no, so oh geez, I got all this. Yeah, it's this point in the game, I'm like game. Oh, let me find one. Alright. Where is... There we go. Production. This doesn't matter because I'm not doing space race, nuclear power plant, I might do nukes. Look, this guy right here. Game ender. Game ender. Right? In fact, I have squads of these guys lined up. Oh, didn't have one there. Squad. Squad. Shit ton of them. It's army of giant death robots. Where is it? Guys over here. It's not pretty. In fact, I took out Washington and Constantinople in 5 turns with these guys. You leapfrog them. You drop them in, go as far as you can with them because you can't jump into places you can't see. That's the farthest I can go. Now you take them, move them forward 2 more turn spaces. Back down here. Forward. And that's how you do it with those guys. It's like, you gotta have a bunch. You got your forward units. That's workers. We're not gonna worry about them. I'm just doing this to show you kind of what a late game looks like. Now, remember how I was talking about path routes? Look at my road network. It's all over the place. Why? Because different roads get you different places. This road was the original road, and this was the original road. why would I build these? Because these are faster. If you look at the way these are set up, they're literally set up to get units quickly from one end of my empire. So let's say Osaka is the bottom. This is literally the lowest section of my empire on this continent. All the way up to... I'm not even going to say it, I'm just going to say love. We'll call it love. Factory City... Oh, damn it, I can't rename it. Sometimes you can rename cities. Tokyo. City. Because it's a puppet state, I can't technically rename it. So, why don't we see how long it would take for a unit? Yeah, so... let's just do a marine. 7 turns. Okay. That's because of all that. That's 2 turns to there. 2 turns up to there. Now, originally, it would have been here. I'd come up to Kyoto, up to Sumata, then to Shenzhen, to Tokyo, back up to Plagnet. From there, I believe it went up to Bangalore. From Bangalore, it went to Kusoku, to Kwan, to Bula. Bula, I believe it went up to Nobana, and all the way up that way. Now instead, I can go from Osaka all the way up to Suma. From Suma, I can go to Kela. From Kela, I go to Plaka. From Plaka, I go to... give me a second. This is where it gets a little tricky. I think Bangla is actually closer. Bangla to Ondini to Nogam to Balu, all the way up. Okay? Or actually, it's this way around. It's actually quicker. Right? How many cities did I just cut out by going to here? Instead of going, I cut out 1 full city. Instead of needing to go to Shenzhen, then to Tokyo, I went straight to... Actually, technically I could have gone straight to Shenzhen. Okay, so this is where I would have ended. First move. And we come up. There's the next endpoint. 4. Okay, so this is actually the quicker route. So there's 4. 5. You see? This is the faster route. And we're still moving. 5. 6. There's number 6 right there. Here's number 6. Okay, so this is the end point for 5 turns. And then we keep moving. There's number 6 and 7. So literally it's 6 turns. 6 turns it takes me to move 1 guy. Otherwise it would have taken me a lot longer if we went the traditional route. If you only build 1 road. So this is one of the things. Late game, you want roads everywhere. Now you don't need to build them crisscrossing the entire thing, covering it all in railroad tracks and roads. But you should build as close as possible as a straight line. Now the other reason you want a lot of roads is if you notice here, I got this really weird road that kind of comes up and then these guys are all standing on it and then it comes straight over. Kind of weird. Reason being is I have that road there. This is where my border was a while back. I'm retired. I've already won this game, so it doesn't really matter. Play. I won this game, so it doesn't matter if I lose. I'm not gonna mess me up. So let's go to the map, and I'm gonna show you guys what this game looked like.
But your people do
all right,
not
up to this
despair.
point. Literally,
Know
this
that
game should
one
be.
day
It would be all
shall
wiped out.
return and lead them
But
forward to victory.
I don't even know where that save is, so I'll look through, and I'll show you that, and that'll be the start of my next video. Alright, so watch this. Remember, I'm this guy right down here. Alright, we're going to watch how this explodes, alright? Already got my second city. Now, the first start is slow. Remember, when you first start out, it's usually very slow. You have to build up. And so, I got another city up here. This guy dropped his in here, which pissed the crap out of me. So I built here because I didn't want anyone to build it here. I bought tiles, dropped one over here, dropped another one here. Now I should be getting pretty close to my first war. Yeah, there's my first war. I took all that quick. You piss me off, I will go into war with you. Alright. Now this is where I start building that road. Pretty quickly here. So this is, the road's now being built here. Fills in, I think. Okay, so yeah, see, look how quickly I'm moving through. I'm already way advanced than these guys. There's another road there, another city, bought tiles. Alright, and that's pretty much it. You guys kind of see how I was talking about how I had that border tile right there. It's mainly just kind of get me units to move around the border in case I get attacked or if I want to go on the offensive. Alright, so let's exit the main menu. And this is where I'll end the video. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Fallen Demon sign on the dotted line.